Hello ladies and gents, welcome to CG Gaming. Today we start the news with the CD Projekt Red share prices fell 25% in the last 2 months. As GameIndustry.biz notes, CD Projekt Red share prices peaked in late August with a market cap of 42.4 billion Polish zloty, which is about $10.7 billion. That is ridiculous. Entire ZeniMax company was bought by Microsoft for $7.5 billion. Now ZeniMax company contains tons of developer teams, which has tons of IPs like Doom, Wolfenstein, Fallout, Elder Scrolls Online, and many more. That entire family tree of company was bought by Microsoft for $7.5 billion. CD Projekt Red only makes Witcher games and there was $10.7 billion. That is ridiculous. That answers your question. Was Witcher 3 the game of the year, game of the decade? Yes, it was. Because people can have opinions, but there is no opinion about statistics. So, CD Projekt Red share prices fell 25% in last 2 months amid the delay and the crunch. That was expected because let's be honest. The way cyberpunk was all hyped up, the way CD Projekt Red approached this was bound to happen because they promoted this game way too much. They released episodes of revealing all the things about games. They are hyping it up, and then they announced this delay, which game was delayed already too much. Now there are people who gonna say it, the game is gonna take time. Sure, but if you hype it up this much, if you release so many sneak peeks about this game, if you're gonna release episodic videos about what game has and what game does and hype it up at that level and then you delay it, you can't blame people for getting angry. So of course share price fell because let's be honest, lots of people have really low patience, especially when it comes to entertainment. Entertainment is not something you're supposed to take seriously. You cannot ask people to be understanding in the things like this. You delayed it too much, you hyped it too much, you were releasing episodes about Night City and things, and then you say it's gonna delay even more, and now there is talk that even 10 December is not finalized. Of course share prices fell. They have to release it even if it's not in perfect form because right now they are nitpicking too much. I'm pretty sure the game right now is much better polished than most games that are going to get released. So even if there is an issue, there can be patches, but they have to release it now. Otherwise, the hype that is all created would crash down. The people who would buy this game, number of them would go down, and eventually they are going to lose money because people who would have bought the first day are going to wait for it, and by waiting the prices will fall and overall CD Projekt would make way less money. So this is bad all around. They have to release it at 10th December. Now talking about ZeniMax and Bethesda, Todd Howard opened up about the Microsoft acquisition and the future for Bethesda. The next generation is about access. Todd Howard states, once the shock wore off, there was just huge excitement given the relationship we had with Microsoft and what the road looks like ahead. Not just for us, but the gaming industry. He says of the internal reaction to the news, we are very much aligned and have been for a long time with the same vision as to where gaming is going and how we can be ambassador and drive that forward. So yeah, because Microsoft and Bethesda always had great relationship. Microsoft and Bethesda always had some deal where Elder Scrolls Morrowind was Microsoft exclusive for a time for the Xbox, and there is lots of things like DLCs for Oblivion was timed exclusive for Xbox. So they always had great relationship. Microsoft and Bethesda always has gone hand to hand. Todd Howard states about the impact of acquisition around the globe. I grossly underestimated the impact in the large gaming community. I was naively surprised at how big it landed and what it meant in the largest context of games. But I was happy with the feedback we saw. A lot of people saw it as a big positive thing, the same way we do. Obviously, people saw it as positive thing, just like I saw it as a positive thing, since the owner of ZeniMax before was getting greedy. was seeing EA Games and Activision and thinking we should take lots of that online money. That's the disaster of Fallout 76 that we know of. So since Microsoft purchased ZeniMax and Bethesda, and Microsoft has lots of at stake to make better games for Xbox and the Game Pass, the goal of the company changed. That it's not just about making money, it's about making good games so our other things can be sold, like Game Passes and Xboxes. So ultimately this will mean that there will be more quality games going forward. The goal of the company will be to make quality games. So obviously this was received very positively. He also talked about the concern that some critics have that two big company merging like this is not always a good thing. He says, I don't know that it portends some other big consolidation in other industry that happens from time to time. All the games I've done, we partner with Microsoft in some way. So as we come to Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, I guess this is partnering in a big way. Yeah, like I said before, Elder Scrolls Morrowind was a time exclusive for Xbox. DLCs of Oblivion was time exclusive for Xbox. So they've been partnering with Xbox for a long time. Even they've done expos like reveal of Fallout 76 first at Microsoft event, and then they did in their own event. So they've always been great relationship with Microsoft. So this is not going to change much, but it's just going to make it better. Now, this does not mean there's going to be just rainbows for everybody. Don't be fooled, people. There will be time exclusive when it comes to Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield. Because even when Microsoft didn't purchase the Bethesda, there was time exclusive with Morrowind and Oblivion DLCs. So after purchasing, after spending $7.5 billion, of course there's going to be time exclusive, which just means it will take about a year for games to come to PlayStation. Rockstar does this. Rockstar always release games on consoles, and after a year Rockstar releases it on PC. Now the reasoning there might be different, but time exclusive is a real thing. So there's going to be time exclusive when it comes to Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield. It will take a year for the games to come to PlayStation, but the games will release on Xbox and PC at the same time, because most PCs in the world have Microsoft Windows in it, so it makes sense to release it on PC when the same time. And also Game Pass will have much value when they do that. But Todd still states that we are giving up very little and Microsoft is very creative driven. He says, we felt very strongly about their view of access, games for everybody that we can bring to anybody regardless of where they are, what devices they are playing on. We are very passionate about that, and at the end of the day we are convinced that we'll make better products and get them to more people easily by being part of Xbox as opposed to being the third party. Like I said, the acquisition is not finished yet, so I think people are not still being clear about how things are going to get approached in the future, or maybe Todd just doesn't know it yet. But I feel like there are going to be time exclusive, and even if there are time exclusive, what he says here is still true. They are going to bring it to all platforms, but they're just going to be time exclusive clauses in the way. So all in all, Todd Howard says that he was shocked just as everybody was when the acquisition came out, but he was overall just happy that it happened because it's gonna be great for gamings in the future. It's gonna be great overall because Microsoft and Bethesda was already partnering up for a long time. This just makes it official. So it's gonna be good for games, it's gonna be good for people, it's going to be good all around. And I have to say I agree with that, because regardless of what time exclusivity and things happens or not, the goal of the company I think has changed to make a quality products for Xbox, for Game Pass. The goal will be to make quality products, where before there was a question that microtransaction is the goal of the company since they wanted to make more money. That was what we see in Fallout 76, but now the Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 will be saved. There is more hope to that. Alright people, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and show your support. This is a new channel, your support is appreciated.